All right, let's check this one out. Wing Chun Self-Defense 17 Techniques You Need to Know. This is from Quanau 17. It's from their YouTube channel. Uploaded a month ago. Make sure you subscribe to them. Check that out. Let's talk about this for a second. Number one, if you're going to get involved with Wing Chun, for the love of God, learn Wing Chun. What is it? It's fighting. Just a system, if you will, of fighting. And I think the key components in Wing Chun are learning to deliver your energy from your body into another person's by either a strike or a push. And I talk about this quite often, right? I think it's down to striking. A punch can be a strike. An elbow can be a strike. A knee could be a strike. A kick could be a strike, right? We all got to water things down so that you keep paying tuition to Sifu, right? I was guilty of that, man. I paid Sifu number 2 thousands of dollars over the years for shit he could have just taught me in a couple of months. But, you know, I think it's basics is what's essential in Wing Chun. So, yeah, it's just stop when you see something like, oh, I have 17 techniques I need to know. It's a load of horse shit. Don't fucking fall for it. Well, let's take a look of it right here. Wing Chun 17 techniques you need to know. All right. Bill Sal. No. There's a principle that you need to know that he actually adopted extremely well in this. If you look at it, let's take a look here. The technique. So we got number one. Where are we at? Tan. And then it's like a tan, and then he throws a bill. And then he comes up with the other side with the bill, and then a kick and an in. You're not going to, if you learn technique, right, which is what you think you should learn for Wing Chun, you're going to get, that means I need to have 3 movements before my attack. So he does 3 movements before an attack. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the 4th movement is an attack. So, no, you don't need to learn that. But what he did on all of them, he went forward. Take a look at this again. Watch. Every one of these movements, this is a principle. Okay? Forward, 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 forward. Boom. Beautiful. That's Wing Chun. One of the key components in Wing Chun is don't move back. If you move back, it better be to immediately spring forward. That's why you want to load your back foot. If you move back, then the spring forward. But for the love of God, that technique, I don't know what the hell that was, other than that was a sequence to sell a YouTube video that would impress you. That's not Wing Chun. That's movie Wing Chun. That's different. A little bit different. Let's see what number 2 is. Number 2. Number 2. Boom. I like the moving forward in that. All right, here we go. Number 2. Okay. Lopsao Poxile. He could be coming up, catching and stopping. Lopsao Poxile, if you will. And then a Tansao. So he goes up with 2-on-1. 2-on-1 is a defeat. No, 2-on-1, you're gonna, it's a dead movement. Meaning, why are you committing 2 of your limbs to 1 of theirs? Do not do that. Don't bridge the gap like that. You should know by now my philosophy. If you're bridging the gap with anything other than a strike, you're not doing Wing Chun. Do not put your Tansao out. Don't put your Bong Sao out. Don't put your jumps out. You should be and they all are strikes or attacks, if you will, if done correctly. But for the love of God, do not put it looks like it was a Poxile, and he looks like he was going to come up with a Lopsao too for that. No, this is not Wing Chun. This is movie. It's movie Wing Chun. It's meant to dazzle and spectify and have you go, ooh, I want to go learn this in class, which is cool because 90% of us are really never going to get in a fight in our life. But if you're going to apply Wing Chun and you do this, ass kicking is what you're going to get. And insurance is what you need so that when you go to the dentist and get your teeth reconstructed, I hope Clint Cloys, Indianapolis Wing Chun, I think he still runs a dental practice. If you need new teeth, go to him. Let's take a look at more. 3. That Quanso? Yeah. Now, Quanso, which is, all right, you see it in the dummy form. Yeah, no. Because what people are thinking is Quanso is going to, well, because you got high-low Gansao, or attacking Gansao, if you will, and then Quanso, which is Tan, accompanied by the Bong Sao, and then you could change that over. Boom. You're literally, almost like the double Lansao movement from the first form, but you're just right here. No, it's in my opinion, Quanso is phenomenal when somebody grabs your wrists, and that happens all the time in fights. In fights, guys are going to grab your wrists. Why? Because it's an easy prevention from you winding up punching them. So when they grab your wrists, it's easy. Quanso, into them, not out to the side. If you're the shitbag, grab my wrists and I do this out to the side, no good. But if I go into you, it disrupts your balance. But it has to be accompanied with forward energy, stepping into them, forward motion. So I'm not a fan of this one. Four. Okay, I'm going to think it's a little bit more Kali Eskrima to a degree. Nothing wrong with that. I like the stab. I like that. Okay. Shum, he comes up with almost like a Bill Sao to negate it looks like a 1 o'clock attack on that one. And he's going to stab right in, man. Okay, cool. All right. This is what it is. Whatever. You got knives. Anything with a knife. Stab, thrust, parry, slice. True. Yeah. 5. All right, that looked like a Poxile. Let's see that again. Yeah, that was boom. Okay, I like that. I like Poxile closer to the body. A lot of people try to do a Poxile like it's a parry. I like how Jeet Kune Do is taught. Not a fan of that, because what are you doing? A, you're violating your concept of Wing Chun by not attacking the attack. I know in the first form, we have Poxile to the side and then back and strike. I know I'm not a fan of it. I think that it's a training tool. It's not something that should be applicable. And I like Poxile closer to the tricep on the arm or right by the elbow, because you could just turn Poxile immediately into a Gumsao, pressing movement in and then pin the shit out of him and throat punch that mother effer about 1,000,000 times. So I don't mind this that much, especially if you're in that close and you've got something. You're gonna have to resort to attacking the attack, as long as you're punching that MFer in the face. Yeah. Let's see what 6 is. Okay. No, he opened up with an attack. I like that. Let's see it again. Attack. Okay, attack was negated by almost like a little bit of a Casey or Casey fighting method. You know what they used in Batman? Nice. Look at, and then he goes, yeah. I think that was a moot point with the Bill Sao and the attack. Just attack, man. If you can even, you can either cover up and come in too as well. I don't mind that. One of the biggest things that I think is going to be key, and to succeeding with using your Wing Chun and also succeeding in defeating all the unnecessary movements, is forward energy. Like every time you go into someone, you're crowding their space. And what are you doing? Well, if you're going to do a Tan punch, right? Well, the Tan you would think is going to pick up in a demo, the inside of a forearm from a hook punch. Well, if you wind up doing a Tan Sao as you're coming in, crowding the movement, you're A, negating the need for the Tan Sao because you're in so deep, and B, you can't really get it out because you're going to catch the inside of the bicep where the shoulder is. So it's like, I can't get it out there that much. So I may as well just hit and then attack with another attack. If you remove any defensive mindset in Wing Chun, and even the whole attacking and defending, and just think attack, and that is your defense, you're going to see a whole new game change for your Wing Chun, as long as you're accompanying it with crowding the living shit out of your enemy, and just always you want to use that Buma, your footwork, just you want to destroy their space. You want to eat their fucking lunch every time you stand in front of them. Okay, no. I do not like backing up with a Bong Sao. No. This is a no-no here. Watch. Backing up, he goes to Bong or Quan in that motion and then kicks. I don't like that. If you're going to back up, you better keep, because right now, even in that movement, when you kick somebody, the question is, you're taking yourself off balance, right? So you're removing only one of the two things that are keeping you on a level playing field, and fighting is all about balance. That's why BJJ is so successful, because when you take it to the ground, you have no need for balance anymore. You're completely superior with your balance on the ground. So when you're picking up a kick and you're kicking it into an object, well, energy has to go into that object. And if that guy's really rooted in his base, I don't care where you kick him, it's still going to have like a residual effect into you. It's going to have like the recoil of a pistol. So you would better be in a position to plant that kick, but immediately be able to step and then go right back into him. I'm not a fan of this. No, that was waiting for the punch to come in, to look for the camera, for the Quanso, and then a kick. It's movie Wing Chun. See. Okay. Yes. This is recovery. This is facing. This is a concept. It's not a technique. Look at how sexy this is. Let me see if he does it again. Yes. So you throw a punch, whatever, bull and a matador, they step out of the way, which is one of the biggest problems with overcommitting in a punch, especially if you don't have footwork. I've done over the years talking about, you better learn how to punch without pulling yourself right out of your stance. So let's just say, for argument's sake, you do go out of your stance. Watch this. This is where Chisao and the wooden dummy for recovery, because you know where position is, gets you facing right back on your target. Watch this. Out of position, immediately faces the target and attacks. Ooh, boom, closest target and closest weapon. And then boom, look at that. This was sexy. This was sexy Wing Chun, about recovery, right? That's what the wooden dummy teaches. It's about what Chisao is all about, when you're especially when you're out of position, and what we do with 5-step drill, which is one of the most important drills in Wing Chun. You better learn how to be out of position to recover. This, what was that? Is that number, whatever that number was? Fuck yes, bro. 9, okay, that was number 8. Number 8 was the cat's ass. No, don't do that, especially with a weapon. Don't do that. Don't gain distance, because you're going to get... I 100% believe you're going to smother the shit out of him. Smother the shit out of him. Grab throat, rip out throat. I mean, fingers and eyes. Arm and throat. You're going to take some fucking stabs. I would hope that if I ever faced against anybody with an edged weapon, it was a long sword and not a knife. Knife... Man, that sewing needle, I'm going to be full of fucking holes. And somebody else is going to be running the channel. Sword, you get a couple chances if you can get in. If you can't run, you can get in and maybe do some damage. I don't like this one. 9 sucks. Oh, you just lost fingers on that one, dude. No. No. I won't obey. Yeah, no, let's look at 10. 10. Okay. Oh, there's Quanso again. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the guiding, right? That's the bullshit Wing Chun. Here's the energy, and you're gonna just guide it down. That could be, where is that at? Oh, that's, oh my God. That, then the form. Yes. No, I don't like it. That's where you're bridging up with a lunge, with a Bilji connecting, and then double Lunsao. And you have it in the dummy too. In the last section, I believe. No, I don't like this. No, I don't like that one. No. Yeah, no. 1. No. Quanso. No. More Quan. No. Nope. I'm not. That's movie Wing Chun. Looks good. Looks beautiful. 11. Okay, he enters in with Bill. It's either Bill or Bill, whatever you guys think. It's just a shum. Yeah, and it's, if you eliminate all the JKD guys who like to go, oh, finger job to eye. You know, like if you're German and you're teaching, it was finger job, yes. It's a punch, same thing. I would rather open hand palm strike with that same energy or punch. You're running too much of a risk breaking your fingers if you don't have like iron palm training. I don't finger in the bag of sand, you know, for the last several decades to toughen up my fingers and bones. So I'm going to keep this solid punch or palm strike. But no, it's an entry. It's all it is. Okay, whatever he hits. Yeah, that's forward at least. Okay, that's a Poxile. He comes in and then, boom, we would call that while you're in the neighborhood, right? So if I hit, collapse while you're in the neighborhood, boom, boom. Oh yeah, I like that. Again, that's a concept. It's not a technique. It's a concept. 12. Now, you better learn to train with a knife, and you better learn to sit there. No, I don't know anybody, maybe like an angry 5-year-old who you took their cookie jar away. Maybe they're going to walk up to you with a knife like that. No, absolutely not. Do not learn knife shit off of YouTube. I'm guilty for having my very, 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 very first YouTube video ever was a Wing Chun knife disarm, but it was all based off of a concept, and it was static. Matt standing like this, and I go bong, and yeah, no, we don't do that. No slice. No, and a plus. No. 13. Okay, I don't like bending down. I don't like compromising your structure. Well, that's compromising your structure. So now all of a sudden that violates your spine, right? That's your center, that's your core. That imaginary center line that we all have, it's based off of the concept from the spine. And the spine is infinitely directional when it comes to center line projection. So the problem I have with this is it's like squatting for anybody who squats. If you squat with a bent spine and you've got 200 pounds in your back, you're going to fold. You have a straight back, you can hold 800 pounds on your back because that spine is straight. Do the experiment. Stand up straight and have somebody grab their hands behind your head and try to pull your head forward. They can't do it, right? But if you creak your head forward a little bit, bend it forward, and you try to straighten your head out, you can't. Keep that spine straight. I do not like compromising position in this. Yeah, that's movie Wing Chun. You know, it's like boom. That's more Casey fighting method from Batman. More Quanso. No. Yeah, it's Quanso. To a kick, and I don't like kicking from that. I don't like kicking when you backed up, because as you're already going backwards, it's the concept of throwing a punch and coming backwards, or going backwards and throwing a punch. You're not going to have as much power as you are going forward, because literally the energy is going backwards. You need to develop from the first form that Tan Wu section. Fuxia Wu section, because as you're drawing your Fuxia back, you should be projecting energy forward. If you do it, you'll understand it. It's extremely powerfully internal in the Wing Chun system. So the same concept, as you go back, how do you kick when you're, it's dangerous. This is not a technique. It's for show. $15. Okay, more bridging the gap, like that's almost a bench structure as well too, with Bill, whatever. And then I think he's gonna throw an elbow. Yeah, up the face elbow. That's what we call it. And again too, he's blading his body. This is the JKD stuff I don't like. Why you blade your body? Because you can't face. If you're going, any strike you throw you should step with the opposite foot to prevent yourself from blading. This way you have more strike, more base, and more follow-up. It's like up the face, boom, and then I'm right here, boom, and your torque. This is where you learn the separation from your waist and your hips. I've done it many times, talked about your hips can be pointing one direction. Like my hips are pointing at a 45-degree angle in the room, but my waist now turns to you. So if you looked at the lower half of me, my hips and my knees and my toes are pointed that way. I'm facing you, and I can just adjust automatically. No more 16. That's more Bong. Bong accompanied with anything, I mean, you're going to, I don't like that entry. You are forced into Bong Sao. Do not throw Bong Sao out there. That is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, don't throw Bong Sao out there. And that's more of a Lan Sao. It's Bong to Lan Sao. Again, and when we try to make the techniques we've learned appear, you fail at Wing Chun because you're about 10 beats behind the movement of what your opponent is doing. I like the follow-ups. You get no energy from that. 17, let's see. Okay. That's probably the best thing is he went in. He actually went in. Watch this again. He goes into forwarding pressure into the attack and it negates it. Boom. There you go. That should have been number one out of all the things there that he wound up teaching on this 17 Wing Chun techniques. No, you just concepts. The concept should have been forwarding it in. That's it. Entertaining video is what it is. Make sure you check out your Wing Chun before you learn it. You get it from somebody reputable. If you're in the Chicago area, get a hold of me. It's 708-982-0974. But I think that we really need to go back to the core basics of Wing Chun, which is just fighting. It is ruthless, aggressive, attacking, forwarding energy, and just completely dominating mindset. And then your attacks come out from all your training that you've done. All right, well, that makes sense. I'll see you guys in the next video.